that we've been hearing from the FBI itself. Multiple foreign terrorist organizations have made very chilling calls for attacks against Americans and the Western world. And what's even more alarming, as reported by Congress, is the heightened threat level for a potential terrorist attack on our homeland. And it's believed that over the past couple of years, these nefarious groups have managed to infiltrate the United States with their presence detected in cities nationwide. That's right, folks. We're talking about all 50 states. And the year 2023 has been off to a turbulent start, with a series of unprecedented events casting shadows over both the financial sector as well as the critical infrastructure. And the alarms sounded here in America by the FBI director about potential attacks on U.S. soil. The Biden administration's response and a very surprising power outage in the downtown Denver area have all left the nation in a state of concern. And in a very chilling revelation, the FBI has issued a stark warning that has sent shockwaves across the nation. The specter of attacks on U.S. soil, it looms large, with a dire threat assessment that encompasses all 50 states, folks. And the ominous implications of the alert, it has raised concerns about the possibility of a global conflict on the horizon, casting a shadow of the uncertainty over the United States and the world at large. By the way, guys, we're live. Let me know if the video and the sound is okay for you. Just drop me a quick comment down below, and also drop a quick like for the video. Make sure that everyone knows that we are live and we're sharing this information. Guys, intelligence reports have recently identified the presence of sleeper cells in various cities. We're talking about Boston, Maryland, New York, Laurel, Maryland, and of course, Pomac, Maryland as well. These particular cells are believed to be strategically positioned, patiently biding their time for a coordinated strike on major cities across the nation. Now, this is of grave concern here, and these sleeper cells have been quietly operating within our borders, yet little action has been taken by the current administration to address this looming threat. Now, adding to this unsettling mix, there's been reports of Iranian nationals apprehended while attempting to cross the border into Texas in recent days. Now, this influx of individuals from Iran, it raises even more questions about the security of our borders and the potential for infiltration by hostile actors. Guys, what are you hearing? What are you seeing? Drop me some comments down below. We've got to be vigilant, especially in these last several days here. Let me know what state you guys are watching from me, watching this show in. I'd love to hear from you guys. Now, what really sets these developments apart is the revelation that this is not merely a tactical move by these groups. It is a calculated and very coordinated and strategic plan that has been in effect for years. In fact, it's been years in the making, and many have been saying that this has been planned for well over 10 years. Now, they have been here among us, subtly maneuvering and allowing others to join their ranks. Now, it appears that they're on the cusp of launching highly coordinated and strategic assaults on the United States, a prospect that sends, let's just say, concerns at the very least down the spine of nearly every single American. And, with good reason. Now, the Israeli military chief spokesperson said its forces had fully encircled Gaza City. Media reports that have recently emerged, despite the blackout, which indicated the intense strikes were underway. And this is actually not the first blackout. In fact, this is the second blackout in the last 10 days. So Anthony Blinken, basically at this hour, they're carrying out large attacks on terrorist infrastructure. And Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, he made a surprise visit to Baghdad during his Middle East trip. Now, Anthony Blinken warns that more attacks on U.S. forces will bring reprisals. Israel accuses Hamas of operating out of 2 more Gaza hospitals. An explosion that Gazans said was an airstrike, and it had left many casualties. Anthony Blinken and Abbas discussed multiple efforts to restore calm in the West Bank, according to the U.S. And of course, Netanyahu suspended a minister who said that dropping a nuclear bomb on Gaza was an option. I don't even want to really engage in this level of conversation. Things are getting out of hand here, guys. Tina Mori from Michigan, thank you. 1955, Anne Marie, I love Lubbock. Lynn Alexander, Denver, Colorado. Patrick Lunds from Michigan. Nice. Ginger Johnson's from Virginia Johnston. Trey Brown's from Chicago. Bud Gibson, he's from Chicago as well. Sheila Marie from Tennessee. Steffi Kinsley from Tennessee. Veronica Pearson from California. So you guys are all over. Tamia Johnson from Georgia. Dallas Haskins Gaming, what is going on? So we've got folks from all over the nation here, guys. So U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken on Sunday made a surprise visit to the West Bank to meet with Palestinian leaders and a press for humanitarian pause in the war. Now, in the U.S., President Biden cited progress in achieving finally a break in the fighting in Gaza. Also, the Israeli military said that it reopened a corridor just earlier today, literally hours ago, to allow Palestinians to move from the north to the south of the Gaza Strip. Iranian's defense minister said earlier today that the U.S. would be, and I quote, hit hard if Washington doesn't help implement a ceasefire in Gaza. U.S. senators plan to introduce a bipartisan resolution warning Iran not to expand this conflict here. And Senator Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, he made two rare unannounced visits on Sunday, just hours ago, to the West Bank and Iraq. Diplomatic officials are traveling in the Middle East on Saturday and basically said, headway has been made on pushing Israel toward a humanitarian pause in the fighting. But of course, there's still more work to be done. United Nations officials say that the largest humanitarian assistance organization in the enclave is on the verge of utter collapse. Tens of thousands of people protested on Saturday in Washington, D.C. for a break in the fighting. Israel's leader, Benjamin Netanyahu, says that the strikes on Gaza will continue until Hamas releases all hostages taken in October 7th attacks. Yeah. Got more people checking in. Thank you guys for letting me know that my video and sound is good. Thank you for checking in, letting me know what state you guys are in. We got Seattle in the house. What's going on, Miss Alberta Bound? Costa Rica, Ken Stolley. Who else we got here? Pennsylvania, Total Property, Kansas City, Chris Beavers, West Virginia. We've got Billy Hale. So Max Power in Nova Scotia. Yes, we're worldwide here, worldwide, not just the United States. I really appreciate you guys. We've got several hundred people in here tonight. If you could just drop a quick like for the video, each of you, I would totally appreciate it. It only takes a second. And that just kind of helps let YouTube know that you guys appreciate the information and the time it takes to put this content together for you. So no foreigners or wounded Palestinians crossed into Egypt Saturday after the crossing between the country and the Gaza Strip was temporarily closed. Over 1,000 foreigners or dual nationalists, as well as 84 wounded Palestinians, were allowed to cross from Wednesday through Friday. So that's where we're at now. I know we got some people in Colorado. The downtown, let me know if you guys have experienced this. Those of you guys who are in Colorado, or maybe you know friends or family in Colorado. The heart of Colorado, downtown Denver, recently plunged into darkness as thousands of Xcel Energy customers were left without electricity. And this blackout, it struck a chord of unease as Denver was among the cities that were previously mentioned as potential targets for attacks. Guys, if you've been watching my previous videos, you know that we essentially kind of predicted that, the city of Denver was certainly a target on the list. There's an actual list. So if you guys want the list, let me know. You can check my previous videos. But so now what made this situation even more concerning was the fact that it wasn't just a single outage, but rather it was actually comprised of 9 separate incidents. And the multiple outages have fueled speculation about whether they were a result of malicious intent or merely a cascade of unfortunate events. I think that a cascade of 9 independent events is a little bit unusual. So certainly sounds coordinated. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but that's just my own personal take. Yeah. So in the midst of all these uncertainties, you got the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI. They've come under scrutiny for their data collection practices. Got recent reports having emerged about the FBI collecting transactional data from customers and advisors who are associated with FTX, which is a cryptocurrency exchange platform. While the FBI argues that, this is essential for national security, it certainly has raised eyebrows and a lot of concerns. And even what's even more intriguing is that FTX has been compliant with subpoenas from multiple FBI field offices, facilitating the extraction of information from the cloud data. Now, this move has very far reaching implications for those involved with FTX, sparking a lot of debates on privacy, surveillance, and of course, government overreach. A lot of that going on. Switzerland, known for their very robust banking industry, they're now considering measures to restrict wealthy individuals from moving their money out of the Swiss banks. Possible measures include limiting withdrawals, imposing fees, which could drastically affect the wealthy elite's financial strategies. Now, in the midst of this debate, there's also talk about higher interest rates for long-term savings to incentivize individuals to keep their money within the Swiss banking system. However, no major decisions have been made at this point, and the discussions continue to draw international attention. Now, while financial turmoil isn't necessarily limited to international headlines, the United States has seen its fifth bank failure in 2023. Citizens Bank, a very prominent financial institution, has declared insolvent due to significant loan losses. The exact details of these problematic loans have not yet been disclosed, raising a lot of questions about the transparency of our banking system right here in the United States. And of course, this would affect all 50 states. And in the wake of Citizen Bank's downfall, Iowa Trust and Savings Bank stepped in to assume all deposits, helping to mitigate this immediate fallout. However, this incident, it really does shed a lot of light on the broader challenges within the banking industry, including the underwater bond portfolios and, of course, the stability of smaller banks in a ever increasing complex financial landscape. And of course, the issues in the financial sector, they extend well beyond the collapse of individual banks. In fact, reports have emerged of disgruntled customers from major banks, including JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, US Bank, Wells Fargo, and Truist. Comment down below if you bank with any of those banks that I just mentioned, complaining about problems with their account balances and their direct deposits. In fact, I logged into my bank just earlier this morning and I received a warning as soon as I logged in talking about this very same problem. Let me know if you guys have logged into your bank accounts and have seen the warning that I'm talking about. The root of these problems seems to be a processing issue at the national network for ACH, the automated clearinghouse transactions. Now, just think about this. These are some of the problems we're seeing right now. Imagine the types of problems that we could see once they roll out CBDCs as a form of currency, right? Now, the Federal Reserve has become involved in resolving this particular issue, highlighting the interconnectedness of the nation's banking system and, of course, the importance of swift action to restore trust and stability. So, as the financial and the infrastructure woes of 2023 continue to unfold, there remains an air of uncertainty about which major banks may face issues next. Is it going to be Bank of America? Is it going to be JP Morgan Chase? Is it going to be Wells Fargo, Citibank, Truist, you name it, right? The nation watches very closely as authorities grapple with these challenges, hoping for resolutions that will restore confidence in the financial system and to protect critical infrastructure from these potential threats. And of course, in these very uncertain times, vigilance and preparedness have become essential to navigate the complex web of economic and complex security issues. So these are the issues that we're facing right here in the United States, guys. Let me know what you guys are doing to prepare yourself. Are you stocking up on water, canned goods, fuel for your generator, purchasing a generator if you don't have one? What are you guys doing? Are you purchasing? Are you increasing your insurance protection levels? What are you and your family doing to prepare? Sound is still good. Thank you, Abe Ornelas from Lubbock, Texas. Got a lot of people in here shouting out where you're at. James Ryan, XRP. Dion Eggleston is no Palestine. Jennifer Watson, Plainfield, Connecticut. Empress always says, okay, you bank with Chase. Yeah, wild stuff, guys. Wild stuff. Escape to Serbia says, glad I'm an expat in Serbia. Right now, life is pretty normal here. Prices have increased, but shelves are still stocked. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Gaming Network. What's up, Ron? Loving your content. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And also just a quick check-in. Have you been to your grocery stores lately? Let me know if your grocery stores are well stocked or if you're seeing any types of empty shelves, low inventory situations where you're at. I'd just like to ask everyone that you please drop a prayer for the community. Also, if you haven't checked out the all new YouTube channel, the all new YouTube channel name is called Truth Exposed. We've got lots of positive feedback for the new channel. If you haven't already, definitely check it out. It's an amazing channel. And I literally just dropped a link for the new channel in the comment section down below. So I'll go ahead and pin that so you guys can find it easily if you want to check it out. And if you do, just let me know what you guys think about it. I'd love to hear your feedback. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for supporting. Stay safe and God bless.